Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. 600. Remember that number. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back. To all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers, thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching my videos until the end. Thank you for supporting my website. Thank you for everything that you're doing to help keep me on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. Today we're working with this, and you guys have seen me work with this before in the past. These are Dollar Tree 4x6 notepads. We're going to take this notepad and we're going to create some awesome little minis. So I'll give you a closer look in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here's the pad that I'm working with, and like I said, I got these from the Dollar Tree, but they're 4x6 pads and they are a common size writing pad. You can find them at almost any store, especially now with so many back to school sales, or you can find these online. Amazon is full of 4x6 notepads of all types and all colors. So you don't have to get these from the Dollar Tree. I do, because they're $1.25, and that makes them very economical for paper crafting. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to take this and we are going to create the cutest little mini chunkies out there. These have 150 pages in them each, and today from this one book we're going to make 4. So remember that number 600? This is where the 600 comes into play, because you'll have 4 books that will have 150 sheets in them each, and that gives you 600 writing sheets. Love the minis. So many of you love the minis. I know so many people out there that I give these to absolutely love these. So when finished, these are going to be approximately 3x2, and you will have plenty of writing space on the inside. Great for tucking in a pocket. Great for those of us who like to mini journal. Maybe you don't want a large journal, but you want to jot down a thought you might have had from day to day. Great way of doing it. Super, super easy craft. Y'all, here's what we're going to need to make it. So we're going to need a 4x6 notepad and 2 strips cut at 3x12. Y'all, it doesn't get any more economical than this to paper craft. So the cutting part is probably the longest part of this process if you are cutting these manually. And if you are going to cut them manually, here's how you do it. You're going to need to take your ruler or your marker, and you need to mark 2, come down again and mark 2, and that is how you cut this way. Then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to place it there. Going to make your mark at 3. And then you'll place it here. And you'll make your mark at 3. So if you're cutting this manually, whether you're using a box cutter, an X-Acto knife, or a finger blade, you need to have the sharpest blade possible in there. And you might have to change your blade if you're cutting through 150 pages, because you want to make sure that you have nice crisp edges that will come from having a sharp blade. So I'm not going to cut this completely, but I'm going to show you what I did. So the first thing that I wanted to do, y'all, is I wanted to remove the top. So I just cut through until I had removed the top of this, and all of my papers become loose and free at that point. Then I have my markings made, and I just go through with a sharp blade and I cut. Now I have an electronic paper cutter that was sent to me by a company called Vivor, and I use that paper cutter to do crafts like this because it makes it so easy to do. And I can cut through this pad on that paper cutter in less than 20 seconds. So I can have all 4 sections cut in less than 20 seconds. But if you don't have the electronic paper cutter, this is how you would cut your squares. So it might take some time, but just keep at it until you have what you want. You don't even have to have books that are 150 pages. If you don't want to cut through 150 pages, just take your pad and separate it. It's completely up to you. I wanted my books to be 150 pages, so that is what I did. I first removed this top piece, and then I cut my sections. And then once I have my sections, I'm going to have 4 stacks. I'm going to have 1 stack that will be 3 by 2, and then I'll have 1 stack that'll be approximately 2 7/8 by 2, because when I cut that banding off at the top, I did lose a little bit of the paper, but that's okay. It is not hurting anything. So now we're going to take these. We're going to tap them into place, getting everything nice and even. Then I'm going to take one of my clips, and I found these larger clips at the Dollar Tree. And y'all, I love them because they cover such a large area that I don't have to worry about any of this separating as I'm applying the glue. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 more clips, and we're going to do the same thing here. So basically I'm just getting everything nice and tight and even. I'll place clip number 1, and then I'll place clip number 2. Then I'll bring in my glue, and I'm just going to take my glue and drop a whole bunch right in the center, and then I'm going to use my handy dandy finger to help cover the whole thing. And now I have it like that. I put a lot of glue on there because I want to make sure that everything is nice and stuck. So there's 1, clean my hand, and then we're going to do 2 in the same way. And for those of you who don't know, I use Reptile adhesive exclusively on my channel. I've been using it now probably for about 3 years, and I find that it is the best white craft glue for me. Now that might not be the case for you, but for me it is what I love, and it is what I use exclusively. So now that we have our glue on these 2 pieces, we're going to set them to the side and let them dry. And so while that's drying, we're going to bring in that strip that measures 3 by 12, and we're going to cut out 4 pieces that measure 2 1/8 by 3, just cutting them a little larger than I need for them to be. So y'all, for these I've cut out 4 pieces that measure 2 1/8. So when you're making your books, you're going to need 8 pieces that measure 2 1/8 by 3, and you will need 4 pieces that measure 1 1/2 by 3. You might have to trim off some excess, but this is what you're going to need to cover those books. And this is the back side, so that's what I'm going to be going with for my spine. So again, you're going to need 8 pieces that measure 2 1/8 by 3, and 4 pieces that measure 1 1/2 by 3. So we still need to give this some drying time, so I'm going to give it about another 15 minutes, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back, and these are dry enough for us to work with. We now have these sweet little books. You can even leave them as they are like that, because I think they're cute. I like the unusual, and I think that this is really unusual, but we also like to make the unusual pretty, and that's what we're going to do. So I have added adhesive to the backs of my pieces, and I use my Xyron sticker maker to place my adhesive. Now if you don't have a Xyron sticker maker, you can simply cover the back with tape. It's that simple. So all I'm going to do here is just place that down. Then I'm going to use my scissors to trim away my excess. And so there's the front. Now we'll do the back. So I'm just going to take this, put it down just like we did on the front. I'm going to take my scissors and just go in and trim away that excess. Now let's go ahead and do this one. Same way. We're just going to place it down. and get that matched like that. Now I can trim away the excess. I found in this instance it's easier for me just to use my scissors to trim away. And then we'll do the same thing here. So this really does come together very, very quickly. And if you have any overhang, just go in with your scissors or your finger blade and just trim it away. So now we have two more little books. I am going to peel away my spine. And now we're going to take that spine and we're just going to place it down like that. Then I'll take it, stand it up so that I can get it stuck, and fold it over. And then I'll use my big old spatula to get everything nice and crisp. And we'll do the same thing with that last one. I am just going to take my little piece here that measures 1.5 by 3, and we'll get that stuck. And now we can complete that wraparound. And because this was double-sided paper, I was able to use the opposite side as my contrast. And so y'all, now we have 4 more little books to go with our growing stack. Y'all, for me, this has always been an addictive little craft. I can make these things all day long, and partly because I do have that electronic cutter. But before I even had the electronic cutter, I used to cut through book after book after book to make these little mini books because I love them. People love receiving them. And if you happen to be doing a craft fair, I think that these would be great little sellers for a craft fair. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick, and easy way that we can take a Dollar Tree notepad, this one, and turn it into all of this goodness. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, why not? I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. You are definitely welcome here. And make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you will know when other wonderful videos like this one are uploaded. As always, my friends, y'all be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.